Now for a fish story, a big one, but it's no exaggeration. Chef Dave Pasternack has been dubbed the Fish Whisperer by the New York Times.
He's an avid fisherman and chef and partner of 2 New York City restaurants, a new Italian seafood trattoria, Barchetta and Esca, one of New York's most celebrated seafood restaurants. He's also a winner of the James Beards Foundation's coveted Best Chef Award. Chef Dave Pasternack, welcome to The Dish.
Good morning.
And you are the first person who's brought us red wine and beer in a can.
Not just any beer, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You know, if you're going to eat oysters, you got to have good beer.
And huge steaks. What have we got here?
We have, we're doing a feast. They said, you know, what do you want to do for your last meal? And I said, you know, you got to have great oysters from the Great South Bay. We need to have a great bowl of linguine with clam, a little spicy and briny. Argentinian beef grilled rare.
Mm.
Wow.
Smells wonderful. I want to talk about your background. I mean, one earns the nickname Food Whisperer, I think, when you start fishing at 5, which is what you did with your dad.
Yes, you know, I've been fishing pretty much my whole life. I was a fisherman first, and I'll definitely be a fisherman last.
Is that what sort of ignited the cooking chef thing in you?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up around food my whole life.
Uh-huh.
You know, my grandmother had a restaurant, and I've just been around it, so it's something I've always enjoyed.
What is, I think for a lot of people in the kitchen, especially for me, fish is intimidating. It's a really hard thing to cook. What is the easy way to do fish?
Well, I mean, my basic rule of thumb is that most people, when they cook fish, they overcook it. So they'll take it, they'll have it in the oven, they'll look at it, they'll go, well, maybe it's done. All right, maybe not, and they put it back in for 5 minutes. When they say maybe it's done, it's done. So they should stop at that point.
But you're saying also go with the oven then. That's the best way to do it?
Well,
You'll do it in a pan?
No, it depends on what the fish is, but you got to go with your instinct. When your instinct tells you that it's done, most of the time it usually is.
So how did you get the nickname the Fish Whisperer?
I talk to the fish.
You do?
Yes.
What do you say?
Come to my hook.
So just last week, you had Barchetta. It just opened up. What's it been like for you? Because, I mean, you're somebody who's really well-versed in, I think, at this point, opening restaurants, I would say.
I mean, it's good. You know, you forget how hard it is to open a new restaurant.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest part?
The time, finding the right people to do the job, you know, making sure that the quality of the food is good, the service is good.
I think when most people hear your name, they associate you with crudo,
Yes.
which is something everybody loves in a restaurant. How did the idea for crudo even come to you?
The idea started, I was on a trip in Croatia, along the Adriatic coast. And we went to this place, and they had raw fish. And most people think of raw fish, you know, soy sauce and wasabi. Here it was sea salt, lemon, and olive oil.
Which I think, I mean, based on everything I read of you, you're saying that those are sometimes the most important ingredients. Just really good olive oil, really good salt. What do you mean by that? That alone unlocks the flavor of the fish, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can start with great fish, and then you add, like, really good salt, because there's a great difference in the quality of salts, minerality, texture, where it comes from. And then olive oil, I mean, is very complex. Nutty, almonds, cut grass, artichokes. Sometimes you taste pineapple, citrus. It's like wine.
You waited like 14 years to open this new restaurant.
Yes.
Is there a reason you waited so long?
You know, I'm still happy doing what I'm doing. I just felt that it was time.
Mm-hmm. One of your good friends, Anthony Bourdain, said that you are the kind of guy, you're the last guy to open a restaurant that's of the moment. I would think one of the things a lot of people credit you with is really just cooking clean, simple food that's not egotistical. Where does that come from?
Well, I mean, I think it's about the product. You know, I mean, take the steak. You know, you look at a steak, it's a great steak. Do you really need to put something on top of it? You know, it's the same with a piece of fish.
Yeah.
You have to be inspired by the piece of fish, you know, the quality of the seafood.
Well, I'm going to hand you this dish right now, but as I hand it to you to get your signature on it, I want to ask you if you could have this meal with anyone, past or present, who would that person be?
That would be my family, my friends, you know, my fishing buddies, my daughter. I mean, who else would you want to do it with?
A big table.
You got to have a big table. Absolutely. You need a large group of people.
Chef David Pasternack, thank you so much. And for more on David Pasternack and The Dish, head to our website at CBS This Morning.